Hey, welcome back to Evil's Comics. This guy right here is Evil Mike. I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. It's DC Tuesday. New DC comics are dropping. I hope everybody's out there supporting them comic shops and supporting them comic companies, right? Alright, so I got a review for you, and this episode is sponsored by McKinley Richard. He was nice enough to gift me a bunch of these books so I can read and review them for y'all guys. This book right here, if you know my channel, I'm big on this girl, period, but this is from Dynamite. This is Mirka Andolfo's Red Sonja, issue number 2. This is the cosplay cover, and as my boy Simon would say, it is a very lick-worthy cover. Right there, baby. Okay, we're good to go. Alright, so I have reviewed the first issue. This is the second issue in the series. The title of the series is Mother. So let's get into the who's and what's, right? So of course Mirka Andolfo is writing this series along with Luca Blengino. We got illustrator is Guiseppe Cafaro. Colorist is Chiara di Francia, and letters is Hassan Otsmaine-Elhaou. I know I mispronounced some of those, and probably all of them, I have no idea. And no disrespect at all. But this is chapter 2 of Red Sonja's Mother, the story arc that's present in this kind of like an ongoing story. I don't know if this is going to be like a short mini-series or if this is going to be an ongoing series and it's just the first arc titled Mother. I'm not positive. In the first book, we do see Red Sonja is tasked with a kind of like an arms dealer, but she is tasked to go find this little girl named Sitha, and it's like some kings and queens, and they date a dealer, and then the dealer hires Red Sonja. At the end of the last book, Red Sonja had recovered Sitha, and had to ensue a little battle and stuff to secure her, and she ended up taking some damage, kind of worrying about Sitha and not paying attention to her surroundings. And that's where this book kind of picks up off from. Right in the beginning, we see Sitha trying to, get Red Sonja into like a hiding spot because she is injured, and Sitha is like maybe 3 times smaller than Red Sonja, and Red Sonja has all the chainmail and swords and armor, so I'm sure she's got to be extremely heavy. But while she's trying to hide her, a man does come up, and at first they assume that the man is there to attack them, but he is actually there to help. So we jump forward a little bit in the story to Red Sonja's knowledge. It's like moments later, but we find out it's been 9 days since she knocked out, and of course this man, out of his kindness of his heart and generosity, has been mending her wounds and taking care of Sitha. We do find out that this guy's name is Samoosh, and Samoosh kind of tells Red Sonja that she was injured, and he has been taking care of both of them for the 9 days that she has been active. As soon as Red Sonja wakes up, though, at the warrior princess that she is, she immediately attacks Samoosh because she, most of her armor and clothing, has been removed and replaced, kind of thing, and she can tell, and she is highly offended that he had to do this to mend the wounds. So there is like a brief little scuffle that goes down, and he does have to subdue her, which he does state that if she was in her, like at 100% level, he wouldn't have been able to do. He can already tell that she is by far a more superior warrior than he is. He kind of tells him that that he used to be a warrior and now he's kind of more a farmer and stuff, and that's kind of what Sitha has been doing, is playing like farmer while Red Sonja has been recovering. We do have this tale where it's like Sitha wants to stay here, she doesn't want to go back, and she likes the whole, kind of like new family dynamic that has been created with Red Sonja being her mom, Samoosh being the dad, and of course Sitha being the little child. They do spend quite some more time here. I want to say overall maybe like a month, because she is recovering from broken ribs and different ailments that she received. As you can see, she's bandaged up pretty much, all like her midsection, her arms, her legs. But eventually there's a little back and forth conversation, but Red Sonja with some moosh, there's a great detailed conversation about once she does heal, that she needs to move on and complete the journey that she started out to get Sitha back to her real parents. So of course that time comes, and again with the generosity, but he hooks them up with some horses and mules, and they go on their way. We do see over here that Red Sonja does make it back to the location of that dealer that set her on the mission, and she gives him over, she gives Sitha over to him and collects her gold, and she goes on her way. We get like this sad puppy dog scene from Sitha where she doesn't want to go. She even states that her that Sonja values gold more than finding someone genuine or something like that. Their relationship meant nothing in the time that they spent. And you kind of get from Red Sonja that that's not the case, because you get a lot of thought bubbles, and it is killing Red Sonja to leave this little girl behind. But at the same time, there's other thought bubbles that are popping up where Red Sonja knows she has to complete this mission, and there's something that doesn't feel right about it. So they do show a lot of scenes where Red Sonja is contemplating. They show her at a tavern, and she's trying to get drunk, and she can't because she is so deep into thought about Sitha and what they're doing to her and this and that. So eventually, of course, Red Sonja goes back to collect the girl. She doesn't like the deal that went through. She takes the gold back, and she offers the gold back to the dealer. And when she does so, we find out that there might have been some malicious stuff going on, because the dealer all of a sudden turns into this weird, at first you can see right here, it's like this goblin-y looking or orc type of appearance with all the teeth and stuff. But his transformation does not stop there, because we start seeing tentacles and shadowy stuff, and of course this thing starts attacking Red Sonja. When he's in his human form, she has no problem with him throwing him around, kind of thing. But the very last page of the book shows us that she might, that with this transformation, that he is growing and transforming into something bigger and more vicious type thing, that she's going to have a lot more to fight in the next episode, because that's where this issue leaves off. They do show a cover of issue 3, and they give a little synopsis of what's to come. But so far that was issue 2. My afterthoughts is I love it so far. The art, the story, where it's going. This is my first Red Sonja read ever, and this being my first Red Sonja read ever, I generally like it. I like that they're kind of giving you a little bit of detail on her past, that they're kind of setting up who she is. They do a real good job for a beginner reader, and I really love that. You don't see that too much right now. But I highly recommend Red Sonja if you are into the medieval or the fantasy type of stuff, especially where the main character is a female, and a strong female. I love that, and I believe that redheads don't get enough love, that they should. Red and all hair, right? Well, what's with hair? I don't get that, but blonde, brunettes, red, and I like them all, man. Purple, green, don't let me talking, some pink. Okay, but that was my review. Let me know in the comments, did you pass this up? Did you pick it up? Did you read it? I know a couple people in my circle are reading it, and they are pleasantly enjoying it. So, but hey, that's my review, with that good stuff at the end. Like, comment, subscribe, that big old dance that needs to go with every video. Alright, bye guys.